Leslie with the plaid poodle. I'm not going to show my face tonight. I had a procedure done today, and I'm just not feeling like showing my face tonight. So thanks for being understanding. But we're going to make a fun project tonight, and let me take a minute just to make sure all my technology is working. I had every little gremlin in the world keeping me from being here tonight, so I'm so happy to be here, and happy that you're here as well. If you are here, could you, let me refresh my page. It says we are live. Could you, it's just more gremlins. Yeah, there we are. Okay, if you're here, welcome to the 12 Days of Valentine's, day number 2. And I've already made my first mistake. My day was so busy that I was unable to do the random drawing, but I have it all ready to mail. Last night on day number 1, we made this cute little Valentine banner. And if you liked my Facebook page and left a comment, you would be entered into a drawing to win. I have it all ready to mail. So I want to prove to you all a packet of the heart epoxy droplets that we used in the project and the project. So as soon as I get off tonight from this video, I will do that, and I will announce it on my Facebook page. Okay, so the same thing goes tonight. If you will just put a comment in the comments, like my page, I will enter you in for a drawing, and I think it'll be a package of rhinestones. I don't have it in front of me. Here we go. Here we go. A package of 140 rhinestones, and who doesn't need a little bling for Valentine's Day? So the thing is, like my Facebook page, make sure you've liked it, and leave a comment. I'd love to know where you're from. All right, this project is really awesome. And I'm using, again, the same tools we used last night, or the same stamps. On page 6 of the New Occasions catalog. And if you do not have a demonstrator, I would love to send you one. Just leave a comment that you'd like a catalog below, and I will direct message you or private message you, and we can get a catalog off to you right away. But we're using the Meant to Be stamp set and the Be Mine stitch framelit dies that we used last night. So if you missed that project where we made the banner, I think it's so cute. You can watch it. It's still on my Facebook page, and I am trying to get it downloaded to YouTube. But like I said, gremlins. So we're using the Meant to Be stamp set, which is perfect for this time of year, and the Be Mine stitch framelits for this cute little box. These two coordinate together, and if you buy them as a set or as a bundle, you save 10%. Flying everywhere. And this box was made by, I actually copied the box, not the actual how I embellished the box, but I copied from Sandra Ronald, who is a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in the UK, because she created this box to be the perfect size for 3 Rocher chocolates. And what doesn't say Valentine's Day but 3 Rocher chocolates, right? Okay, so let's get started. It's not really that hard. There's just a lot of trimming and scoring, but I don't think it'll take us that long. For the actual box itself, I am using this scoring tool. because there is a lot of scoring. I'm going to set that aside and put this on here. So on the, actually this cardstock I forgot to mention is cut wrong. It should be 9 inches by 6.5 inches. I bet it's this piece of paper. Yep. Okay, calm down. Let's all take a deep breath. It was a struggle to get here, and I'm so glad to be here. Okay, so we're going to put it on the 9-inch at the top of our scoring tool. And we're going to score it at 1 inch and 2.5 inches on all 4 sides. And I will have this up like I did the PDF from last night's project on my blog later tonight or tomorrow. One and 2.5 on all 4 sides. So we've got like a big grid going on here. And I have a little cheat sheet, which I don't know if this will mean anything to you. I'll have a chart on my PDF that I provide for you on my blog. Just check out theplaidpoodle.com sometime tomorrow, and all the instructions for this box will be there. So I'm going to use my little guide while you watch. First of all, let's go ahead and burnish all the score lines. My husband's going to be walking in sometime, probably while I'm here. And my dogs are going to go wild, so I apologize in advance. They're expecting him. Oops! They know he's supposed to be home anytime, and they're wondering why he's not here yet. So they get a little antsy when it's about time for him to walk in the door. They start getting a little antsy because they kind of know. Okay, I've scored all those score lines, and we're going to do a little trimming. On all 4 corners. We're going to just create a bunch of tabs is what we're going to do. And like I said, you can watch this video and make your own box and just cut along with me. Or I will have the project sheet up on my blog tomorrow with all the dimensions and a trimming guide. But basically what I'm doing, we're creating the base of the box. It's hard for me to talk and trim at the same time. I'm getting nervous. Okay. Talk amongst yourselves. And I did not realize that the president was speaking tonight. So if you're not here live, you might be watching that. Yeah, that's a concern for a lot of people right now. So you can always watch this later. If you're watching later, you can still leave a comment and like my page and be entered for the drawing. I'll cut it off at 5 p.m. tomorrow because we'll get ready for tomorrow night's 12 Days of Valentines. Okay. Now, this is what I thought was brilliant. I might need to do more trimming. Yes, these need to go all the way up because these are going to be the sides of our box. I thought what was brilliant about Sandra's design was it's so finished. If you look at the base of the box, every edge is folded in, and even the inside of the box, you'll see when I create it, is just so finished. So lovely how she did that. Okay, to make a box square up really nice, I always like to kind of trim all the tabs just a little bit. See how I'm doing just a little dab in? And there's lots of tabs on this box. I forgot to mention last night that we are in celebration at Stampin' Up, which is the biggest promotion of the Stampin' Up year. And for every $50 you purchase, you can choose a free item out of the celebration brochure. And there's no limit to how many free items you can earn. And I'll show you that brochure in a minute. But if you did not get a catalog and you do not have a Stampin' Up demonstrator, I would send you the catalog and the celebration brochure as well. Just leave a comment below that you'd like a catalog and I will contact you for your mailing information. Okay, so I've basically taken that 9 by 6.5 inch piece of paper, and we've cut it down. We're going to make a box. So now we're going to glue it all together, and I would suggest the multi-purpose liquid glue. I just like it for these kinds of things. But well, I'm going to use it anyway. I thought it would be, I could go a little faster for y'all if I use the fast fuse, but I don't think this will take long. Okay, we want to make the cute little pole. So to do that, I'm using 1/8 of an inch handheld circle punch, and I'm just going to eyeball it and punch a hole in the middle. And then I'm using a piece of sheer ribbon, the Whisper White sheer ribbon, and you don't need any, very much at all, just enough to make a little pull. And if I can find my ribbon scissors. And I'm just gonna, and it helps for me to use this. Oh, my dogs are getting wrestly again. I mentioned last night, this was the time of night. Last night I closed my office door so they couldn't come in here, but I forgot to do that tonight. They'd probably be yelling at the door because my husband's not home, so they'd want to be in here with me. Okay, well, I want that to be... Guys, don't look at how dry my hands are. Ugh. I usually try and put some hand cream on before I film, but I forgot. I'm telling you, it has been a day. Okay. Tuesday's my busy day. Tuesday's just busy for me. I volunteer at my church on Tuesday afternoons, and then I had that procedure done. Now, I am going to pull this over to the side because when I glue this flap down, I want that ribbon to be covered. That's what I think is so ingenious about Sandra's design here. She's thought of everything. All right. Now we have our little pull tab and we're ready to glue it together. And I just used a little double-sided tape to tape that down. And I'm gonna glue this box together. I'm not sure. Let's see. We want to put the glue on the outside of these side tabs. And the reason I like to use the multi-purpose glue when I'm making something like this is because I have a little wiggle room while it's not quite dry, just to make sure everything's nice and squared up. I'm folding those in. And we have been having the weirdest weather here in Kansas City. It was like in the 60s on Saturday and in high 50s on Sunday, which is very unusual for January. And I think I'm getting a cold. I have this runny nose. It's weird. Okay, so did you see how I adhered those side tabs in? Now we're going to do the top tabs. This is really the hardest part. It's not even hard, it's just time consuming. And this is why I probably should have used Fast Fuse, so you don't have to wait for me to hold these tabs down while the glue catches. But I just like having something that's going to hold up, especially for a project like this. Okay. All right. Now see how finished the inside of that box is? I just think her name is Sandra Ronald. That's where I got this idea, but I believe she got the idea from someone else. She just made it big enough to hold the 3 Ferrero Rochers. And I'll tell you guys, I am trying to fast sugar this month, and I opened that package of Ferrero Rocher. Oh my goodness, you can't, the self-control it took for me not to eat one. Okay, now for the lid, I've got a piece of 6 5/8 by 4 1/16. And actually for this one, I'm going to use my trimmer because the measurements are so, and I'm going to use my scoring blade. And on the 6 5/8 inch side, I'm going to first I'm going to score at, oops, this way, 1/2. And then 2 inches, I'm going to turn it now. 2 inches. That doesn't even look straight. Let me try that again. I have these bright lights and sometimes it's a little hard for me to see. No, that was straight. Okay, 1/2. 2 inches, 3 9/16, which is 1 after a half. The little tiny mark after a half. And then 5 1/16, which is the little tiny mark right after the 5. And that's why I was using the scoring blade, or the Stampin' Trimmer for that. This is a lot easier to put together than the box because we are just gonna burnish all these fold lines. It's kind of like a belly band, really, is what it's going to be. And then I'm going to put just a little bit of the multi-purpose glue on that little tab. And then line this up. Making sure it's really square. Hold it for a minute, and you can even use your bone folder to adhere it down well. Okay, and that is the bottom of the box. Okay, I'm not going to put the Ferrero Rochers in there because there they are. Okay, now for the DSP, I think I did 6.5 by, where's my ruler? 3 3/4. And I forgot to cut that piece, so let's do it. So we're going to go with the direction that the paper is going. 3 3/4. I wonder if I have another piece. I hate to cut into a big piece if I have another one, but I don't. 3 3/4 by 6.5. And that I did do just kind of like a belly band. I found the bottom of the box, which now that I've broken my handle, so this is the bottom, and I started there, and I just kind of folded. Yeah, glue dot might work, Kathy. Oh, it's just my day. My day has been one. It's another Monday, I tell you. Okay, and then I'm going to bend it over. I'm just making slight creases there with the box as I go. And then I will take my bone folder after the fact, because I know where I want the creases to go. And again, make sure you're, okay, that's the top. So here's the bottom. And I am just going to put a little glue right here. And then a little, and I'll go ahead and do the sides right here to give it a little extra oomph, but I don't think it's going anywhere. Okay, so that's the box. Now the I just made a little tag, and I just used some leftover banner that we made the banner with last night. So it's 1 inch, I think, by 4 inches. Excuse my reach. Let's measure it. 1 inch by 3 3/4. And I used our triple banner punch again because I have one. You don't have to flag it with a punch. You can, you know, do it with that little trick I showed you last night. But I have the punch. And my hands are not strong enough right now to punch that. So we'll just finish it off with the snips. Okay, and then I put that on with Stampin' Dimensionals. And we have to stamp the Happy Valentine's Day, so I'm using Lovely Lipstick because that's the color of the cardstock I'm using. And I'm using a stamp from the Meant to Be stamp set. I've just got a little scrap of Whisper White cardstock I'm going to stamp on. And we had a bunch of these from our project last night that I can use, or I'm gonna, so if you missed the video last night, I will show you how I got this scallop heart. We're gonna have to run both of these through the Big Shot, and we are almost done. Okay, so I'm gonna do my Happy Valentine's Day first. We're using the same little heart dies we used in last night's project. Actually, we're using just the scallop frame. Forgot. But it's the same scallop frame. Remember I told you guys last night that I was so organized, and don't count on me being that organized again. I think my prophecy came true. No. Tomorrow will be a new day. Okay, here's the little scallop frame that we have left. I can set that aside because we're not going to use it in tonight's project. But I need to cut out the little frame to go around our Happy Valentine's Day. And I want it in the Lovely Lipstick. Okay. Whoops. So we're going to do it just like we did last night to connect these two together. If we were just gluing them flat like on a card, we could just put some adhesive on both pieces. But since I'm popping them up on the box, I'm going to use some Stampin' Dimensionals. I'm just going to very carefully put a few right along the edge so it adheres both pieces together. You could use some tape too, but since I'm going to pop these up anyway, I think I'll put one right in the middle. Trying to keep my mess out of here. Oops. Okay. That is the project. That's sweet. I'll have to fix the handles, but isn't that a cute little nice Valentine's gift? Like I said earlier, I will have all how to make the box, all the directions, the direction sheet on my blog tomorrow. I'm playing catch up tonight, but it kind of coordinates with our little banner we made last night. I kind of did that on purpose. I thought that was cute. And I said earlier too that I forgot to mention last night that if you order in $50 increments during January to March 31st, you can choose something out of the celebration catalog. There's stamp sets. Maybe I'll do I'll use a celebration set for one of our 12 Days of Valentines. There's stamp sets, there's foil sheets, there's ribbon, there's some framelit dies that coordinate with a stamp set in the Occasions catalog. And if you don't have a demonstrator, I'd be happy to get you one of these as well. Just leave a comment below that you'd like a catalog and I'll contact you for your mailing information. Thank you, Kathy. And that's it for tonight. Tomorrow's day 3 of 12 Days of Valentines, and it is going to be at 11 o'clock. It's going to be at my normal coffee and a card time. So you guys have a wonderful evening, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye-bye.